Hello, how are you? And welcome to the Green Flag here in Killeen in Opark, home of the Gael football team. I have two guests with me here today. I have Maria Quirke. Hello, Maria, how are you?
Good.
And I have Stefan Okunbur. Hello, Stefan, how are you?
Good.
And currently in the background here in beautiful, glorious, sunny Sunday afternoon, we have the senior ladies training outside. A lot of action going on there at the moment. They're probably all wondering where Maria Quirke is. She's inside here in the studio talking to me. In welcoming you, I'll just give you a quick resume or a quick CV of the two of you, if you don't mind. Maria, All-Ireland Camogie winner, 2 underage football All-Ireland medals, junior All-Ireland winner, county and Munster intermediate champion, Kerry senior ladies player, and amazing mentor to the younger players on the team. You played AFL as well, did you?
Yeah.
And you're an All-Ireland Munster provincial winner, and you're a half-twin.
Yeah.
And I see here, I must give special mention to an amazing 45 that you did once. Is that right?
Yeah, just the one time.
Just the one time, yeah. And so that's Maria's resume, and as you can see, it's pretty full. And if you don't mind, Stefan, I'll move on to your resume, which is pretty full as well. You're a Gael player since under 6?
Yeah, under 6.
Yeah, you started out. Lydia bought you down here, trailed you down here.
Fortunately enough,
Yeah, that's good. You're a Kerry minor, Kerry under 20 player. In fact, you were a Kerry under 20 player of the year. You've played a few senior games as well.
Just the one, yeah.
Just the one, yeah. And you're an Australian Geelong Cats player, you know, so you enjoyed that as well while you did it? Yeah. And so you've got a fairly full resume, and hopefully with the two of you, you'll make it even better, okay? So we'll discuss a few things later on. So before we do discuss things, we'll just go over now for a few lotto results. Thank you. Hello and welcome back. Maria, if I turn to you first, if you don't mind, just give us an idea of how you got started in the club first to kick off with.
I suppose I started when I was probably 5-6 years of age, and I had started out in Ballymac GAA club, as that was my local team at the time. And then as I started getting older and coming to under 12, under 14 age, obviously then you can't really play with the boys anymore, so I had to go and find the girls team, and sure, I ended up here then and I'm here since. So.
And who would have been your first mentors here, like who would have been your coaches here, can you remember?
I actually don't even remember now. It was so long ago now.
But you were happy here anyway?
Yeah. I'm definitely sticking around, so happy days.
You touched on there that you played a little bit of you've travelled a bit, haven't you? You've been to America?
Yeah, over in Alaska.
Alaska, very nice.
Yeah,
no Gaelic football over there?
No, unfortunately not. They were trying to start it up at one point, but...
And did you get involved in sports over there while you were there?
Yeah, just kind of American sports, softball and a bit of volleyball and stuff, but nothing GAA related.
Yeah. And when you went to Australia, was that before or after America?
Never been to Australia.
Never been to Australia. So where?
Play AFL here. Up in Cork actually is there's a club up there, Cork Vikings, and they're probably 5 or 6 years old now. So they're just getting started and tipping away with them.
Now I know, Marie, you've been a great mentor here towards, and I touched on it here with Maeve Barry here a few weeks ago. Like the ladies football team here is a whole setup is fantastic for coaching at underage level. Like always have been. Like I've always maintained that to try and coach on an equal basis. That's why I always coach boys and girls at under 6s or at under 7s. But do you see coaching as maybe something you'd like to do in the future?
Yeah, I mean, I studied health and leisure in college, so coaching was kind of drilled into me at the same time there, and I find sometimes that it comes not naturally on the pitch, but you just have a tendency to direct people left, right and centre, as they say, like a full back or a full forward can see the most of the pitch, so it just kind of comes natural that way, and as you go along then,
because one of the things I have to admire about the ladies club here is that like you're natural. I mean, I've seen you in action. You're natural when it comes to coaching kids and things like that. But what's tough sometimes is to get other senior players to coach kids as well, and you seem to be able to bring them in together. And you do that very well.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. We do. We try to retain the younger girls as much as we can, so any bit that helps is always great.
Yeah. And let's go back to this infamous 45.
Yeah.
Give us a little talk about it for people who don't know about it.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, if I scored it, the video that we're showing is a good few years ago, and I suppose it only kind of came around and became infamous when the 2-point rule came in. I think it was 2020. And so then it started to recirculate, and it kind of, more and more people saw it then. So at the time, it kind of wasn't a big deal at all, in my opinion, but yeah, it's
obviously
becoming a bigger deal now.
And you can see that famous 45 in the comments link, which is down below if you want to have a look at it. Okay, we'll just, if you don't mind, we'll step over now and have a look at a few game results in the club. Thanks. And welcome back from that. Thank you very much. Stefan, if you don't mind, we'll move on to you. And you're with the club a long time. You're here since you were under sixes. Mike and Lydia bringing you down. Yeah, you loved it. And you look forward, hopefully, to a year with playing with Kerry as well.
Yeah, it should be good, hopefully.
Yeah. Now, you've both played AFL football. Do you know, yourself here in Ireland and yourself in Australia, Stefan. No more so than we say back. We discussed it here the other week as well with some of the other guests, that some sports complement Gaelic football. Do you know, basketball comes to mind a lot. I presume hurling as well. As Aussie rules football did complement in basic things like your kicking, your fist passing and things like that. Are you ever on the pitch and you'd all of a sudden say, "Oh, cripes, that's the wrong sport. I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
I should have bounced the ball twice, maybe, or something like that." But what complements Gaelic football, especially you, Stefan, from your Aussie rules experience? The kicking?
I'd say the positioning is a major factor. It does transfer over to Gaelic football. Coming back, I feel like I'm more aware of my surroundings.
Is there man-to-man marking?
Yeah, there is.
Is there tight marking in Aussie rules?
So the tight markers are called taggers.
Right.
It's like some fellas have their sole job for the 2 hours is just to annoy their opponent and just stay right on them.
You were mainly a defender, weren't you?
Defender down back, yeah.
And Maria, when you do play it?
I'd be in the mids mostly, yeah.
In the mid, yeah.
Yeah.
And are you ever given a marking job and told, right, he's a good guy?
Yeah, a few times under big dogs.
Yeah. Do you feel that restrains you some way? You'd like to be hitting forward? Because I remember here when you were playing minor football, it was famous, you and Crow Park busting through the pitch, and nobody was able to catch you. Do you like the freedom, or do you like the tight marking?
I actually don't mind. I don't mind the tight marking. You do get a chance to break free as well, similar to Gaelic. Just defend first and then attack. But I like a bit of both, to be honest.
And you liked it as well, you did?
Yeah, I think as well, the flow of AFL, even if you pass off a ball or give a good kick pass or hand pass or something, it's drilled into your head to keep going and then help the person that you're after passing the ball to. So you don't really get a chance to stop, and that obviously transfers well over here too. You're on the ball all the time or helping teammates and stuff, so it's good.
Yeah. Do you find now, Stefan, since you've come back, has your kicking changed? Has your fist passing changed? Did you kind of have to adjust back?
Well, I was just starting to figure out how to kick the size 5 onions before I left. So coming back now, it's definitely improved. I would say my kicking, left and right. The fist passing over there is a bit different. You can have fist with your knuckles. You obviously can't do that with a Gaelic football, but so it takes a small bit of adjusting to get used to. Yeah. It's still only been a few months before. Yeah.
And you're enjoying training at the moment?
Love it, absolutely.
Are you actually out on the pitch training? Does your injury allow you to do that, or do you have to do it on your own?
Yeah, no. So the shoulders restricted me for the first couple of weeks, but I'm back playing the full group now. Yeah. Another week or two away from playing fully. So. Yeah. In the club, who influenced you as you were coming through the club, Stefan? I'm going to ask you the same question soon as well, Maria. Who were your biggest influences in the club when you were 12, 13, 16? Do was there coaches, or was it another player that kind of drove you on, things like that? Pay me for this, but Mike Griffin was actually massive for me. Yeah, he was great, a really good role model. And Kevin Murphy was a great coach, probably the first coach I really resonated with. Took me under his wing.
and guided me when I was.
Yeah, you couldn't pick two of the better guys in the club there. Yeah, actually, they were fantastic. The two of them still are.
Yeah.
You, Maria, just the people who.
Yeah, I suppose.
In fact, who's your favourite player to play football with? If you don't mind, Maria, that's a mean.
I don't think I could
it's a
name
mean
names
question.
now.
Yeah,
They're all great. I'll say that.
No, but where do you mainly play when you're playing on the senior team? Do you usually?
I typically would play in the forward line, either half forward or full forward, depending on the opposition.
So there must be a forward that you like working off, like, be it a full forward or something like that.
I like to change it up as well. Keep me on my toes and keep everybody else on their toes as well. I prefer to, I suppose, keep adapting as opposed to keeping it the same. It makes the game more fun, so I can't complain. And of course, the new girls coming in, they bring different aspects to the game, so it's great.
It actually frightened me last week to see. By the way, just to tell viewers, our senior team played their first Division 2 game last week, and it was frightening how young they looked. Really, really young team, young panel, and came away with a win as well, by the way, I might ask. So you're looking forward to the year anyway, the two of you, and that's good, that's great, that's all that matters really. We'll just pop over now to a little section we call the Club Heroes. Thank you.
Good evening now. Tell the viewers your name.
Alan O'Connor.
And where are you from, Alan?
Rahonan, Chile, County Kerry.
And what's your occupation?
Store manager in the food factory in Prestige Foods.
And tell us your history with Naguel.
I first started playing with Nigel in around 94, 95, under 10s, I say, under 10s or 12s. And manager that time was Pat Crow. Up from that then we would have had Hal Brehan and we would have had Don Lucy going up along,
And would you have played anything beyond that then? Or?
No, I never made it any farther than that, unfortunately.
All right. And what would you like to see for the club?
For the future for the club, well, there's amazing people in the club at the moment, and to be honest with you, just keep doing what they're doing. Because from the chairman all up, we have a fantastic group of people around the place now, and of course the football to get a bit better would be great, and things like that.
Thank you very much. That's fantastic.
No bother.
Hello and welcome back, and we'll just like to move on to a little section here we're going to do. I can't show you the questions. It's just called Quirky Questions, okay? They're Mary's Quirky Questions, where I just ask my two guests any questions at all. But before I do, can I just say, before we come to the end here, this has been a great experiment within the club, this Green Flag TV, and there's two people who must get compliments. There's a man called Denis Moriarty, who sets up this whole studio inside here, ably assisted by a man by the name of James Costello. I'd really like to thank you to them. They came up with this idea, they ran with it. I know you can't see here through the camera, but there's a virtual TV studio here. We've got some great guests here, but really all compliments must go to those two men. Thank you very much, Denis, and thank you very much, James. Okay, and we move on to this section now. So I'm going to ask three of you questions. Okay, you all excited? Okay, so I'll be looking for three numbers after three of you. So Stefan, I'll go with you first if you don't mind.
Right,
will you give me a number?
I'll start off with my jersey number 43.
43. That's not your Gaelic football number, is it? That's your Aussie Rules number.
Rules one,
okay, so Stefan, are you ready?
Yep.
What household chore do you hate the most and why?
Oh, it's got to be hoovering, because that was my punishment when I was growing up. Hoovering the house.
Right,
It's shocking,
Stefan,
isn't it?
right. We really ask deep, insightful questions here, and we get really deep, insightful answers. Okay, are you ready?
Yep.
Give me a number.
We'll go with 50.
50. Maria, what's your number one karaoke song?
Oh God, I'm terrible at karaoke.
And you have to sing it here.
No. I suppose any song that gets the crowd going. We'll go with
Okay,
that.
Maria, you're going to make a politician someday. Stefan, go with your second.
We'll go number 9.
Number 9. Stefan, if you could go anywhere in the world, tell us and why.
Ooh, anywhere in the world, I would say Alaska. No real reason.
You could meet Maria there, maybe because she was.
You were there, yeah?
Yeah, I was there for 2.5 years. Later.
But Alaska, that's a lovely answer, actually. Yeah, it's nice. I'd love to go there as well myself.
I'd recommend it.
Yeah.
It's cool. Yeah.
During the summer or winter?
Oh, both.
Both.
Yeah.
Right.
Two
So
different places.
we're up to your second number.
We'll go with 150.
Is there 150? There is. Maria? What do you think the ideal age is?
Your current age.
Oh, very good. You're just... That's very good. Stefan, last question.
I will go with 3. Said he was flipping pages.
I have to flip all the pages again. But Stefan, number 3 is, if you could be an animal, what would you like to be and why?
Oh, it's got to be...
I bet she says tiger.
No, it's got to be a dog.
A dog. Yeah,
Because
very good.
my pet dog is so well kept and
Oh,
well looked
very
after.
good.
So
Very good, very good. Good answer. Yeah, I'll let you off with that. That's your last question. You're okay. You can relax now. Last one.
We'll go with 20.
20. That's easy. Maria, if aliens landed right here, right now, and offered you any position on the planet, what would you want in exchange? No, what would you want it to be? Any position on the planet, what would you want it to be?
As in like a job or?
Well, I presume so, yeah.
Jeez.
King of some, queen of something, president of
I
something.
don't know, that's a hard one. I don't even know how to answer that one. What would I get?
I don't know, manager of the Kerry Senior Ladies Football Team.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Let's go with that. Okay, listen, thank you very much. You've been great guests, okay? And thank you for joining us over the last few weeks. We're going to take a little bit of a break now over the next while, but we'll be back again, hopefully, in the future. And thank you very much for joining us here on the Green Flag. Thank you very much.